Good afternoon. You're at Crockett's Country Store, and I'm going to give you a few tips on wallpaper. First of all, you want to get your walls prepped, and these walls we've already prepped and they're ready. The next thing you want to do is pick out your wallpaper. And what I do is measure my walls, and I cut it all at one time. So like this wall was 78 inches. So 78 inches, and I allow a couple inches just for the top and bottom if you're not cutting straight across. Because I'm not good at cutting straight across, I cut angle. So you want to cut all your pieces at least 80 inches. That gives you 2 inches to play with. So I cut them all at one time. Now if you've got a pattern match, you have to add that pattern match into what you're doing. So if you've measured it in like 16 inches from pattern to pattern, then you're going to have to allow 16 inches plus the 78 inches, and then allow 2 inches for mistakes. So that's where we go from here. Next thing you're going to have is a straight edge that I don't even have. I don't have any way to cut this. Okay, we had to stop. We had to pause the movie. I didn't have my straight edge. Got to have a straight edge to cut your wallpaper. Then you also need a pen. You never know what you're going to need a pen for. Then these little things are really handy when you start cutting around your corners and all. Of course, you need a measuring tape. And I like these little boogers. I love these things because you can do everything. You can clean your paint rollers with them and cut your straight edge, and you can scrape your paint cans. And so these are wonderful to have. They're called a 4-in-1 tool. Scissors. You have to have your little scissors to cut around all your little wall outlets and stuff. And I'll show you how to do that when we get over here. I have another straight edge. Can't never have enough straight edges. So, anyways, that's what we got ready, and I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the wallpaper, and then we'll get ready to hang it. Okay, girls, remember me telling you about the matches? Well, I got in a hurry. And this has a 21-inch drop match. So each time I cut this piece, instead of cutting 38 inches, I have to add 21 inches more to that. So we're going to have to use the first piece, which will be fine. And these two pieces can go on another wall that I think we're going to be able to use. So I'll just roll these up. And I'm going to have to add 21 more inches from right here. Because this is where I'm cutting. I lay it all down and I cut it all at one time. Now I'm using my bucket to hold my things because I can't run backwards and forth here. So now I'm going to get up here and we're going to count this 38, and I need 21 more. And the wall's probably going to be in the way. Okay, Granny, get your spectacles on. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something different here. Ready. Okay, so I've added 21 more inches to that so it will match. And I think we'll be alright now. Boy, am I one to train you to do wallpaper, and I've been doing this my whole entire life. I've done huge office buildings, homes galore, not to mention my own home and all my friends' homes and all my family's homes. So now you're going to have one. This is going to be your second piece. What you always want to do is take this and you want to roll it inside out. Roll it to the inside. You roll it up. Because this is the part you're going to dip in the water. When you dip it in the water, you want to be sure all of it's going to get wet. You also need a dipping pan for this. And I usually just roll it up and stick it wherever I can find a place to stick it that it won't unroll. Which might be right there. Because I'm going to have to use this one first, because this is my first piece. And if you're not part monkey, you don't want to do wallpaper because you got to be part monkey. You got to swing around on people's cabinets and up over top the refrigerators and in under stuff and move out the refrigerators and get in behind them and take commodes off. And so you better be a plumber, an electrician, and everything else before you start wallpaper, because you're going to run into all kinds of stuff that you're going to have to do. So you got to take a toolbox with you so you have all your tools to do any of this stuff that needs to be done. Now this piece is ready, so we're going to dip it. Okay, guys and gals, I'm sorry I didn't get to show you all of this being done over here in the brick. But most of you know I have rheumatoid arthritis, and I hurt really, really bad. So I couldn't finish it. Dan had to finish it up for me. So I'm hoping maybe I can show you a little bit on this side about wallpaper, and we're going to do the logs on this side. But he done a real good job. It turned out. He's had a good teacher. I've been teaching Dan the wallpaper now for about 9 years, so he pretty much knows what he's doing. This whole room looked pretty bad. We had candles in it and it was ugly. So we're going to cover up these pink paisley walls with log wallpaper and with stone wallpaper. And we just wanted to give you a little glimpse of what things look like before we started. The old white walls and the old rose-colored or mauve-colored paisley print. And then we're going to show you a picture of it after it's finished. So stay tuned for our next video so you can see how it looks when it's finished. And right now we haven't decided what we're going to do with this room. But we're thinking maybe a western room. So we'll see. We'll see what we come up with next and see if we can't make a cowboy room out of this for these cowboys and cowgirls here in town. So stay tuned for our next segment. And you know you're always here at Crockett's Country Store. Thanks for listening to me chat.